I really just gotta wait for the... I really just have to wait until... I just need like one level. If I get one level, I'll be able to at least try and deal with that... with the Duracne, and then deal with Morveg as a result. Where could I even go to get another level? That's about what I expect from that. Let's see, maybe I can get some damage off on it. Ah, great. Someone bows. God, there's 400 dretches? And of rock. Okay, I'm just not gonna... Let's see. I think community octopus, electricity, vulnerabilities, electricity. Yeah. Yeah, I recognize that one from... That, isn't that also one that has to be killed by electricity? Like, am I mistaken on that one? Yeah, well, the reason for that is because incubi normally are immune to electricity just flat out. And then they get the vulnerability from being a cyborg. Yep. Treason Home? It's called Treason Home. That's a hell of a name. Okay, so you're going to move back over to... Have you guys move over to here. Lost Chapel. Oh, hey, a burned out shack. Cool. That's useful to know. Alrighty. So, party back in Drezen. Yeah, we'll see. I've got, what, 17, 18 days left, I think? I like how it says you don't need rations or camp supplies to rest anymore. God, that part of Kingmaker sucked. Having to run around because you don't have any camping supplies, so you're just exhausted as you try to make your way back to Oleg's trading post. Fuck, it's terrible. Alright, first off, let's take a nap.
Did you know that?
We don't know, and we prefer not to find out. I'm certain that whatever you say will be of no value whatsoever.
Yeah, God, just... Hey, would you like to pick up any of this stuff? No? Fuck you.
Move aside.
Yeah, I thought they were... I'm surprised they didn't remove all of them, honestly. Well, you know what they do? They take up your weight and then give you, like, pennies on the dollar, is what they do. They're worth nothing. They're completely wasted space. Everything there is useless. The only thing I could possibly see them being useful for is if some sadistic asshole modded in resting using that again. Could you imagine? Relic is augmented. Shamans, heirs of the Sarkorian faith, rejoice. Their ancient relic has been torn from the claws of demons. They're ready to place it on the commander's gear to help take revenge for their lost homeland. Now choose the item the stone will adorn. Circle of Ghostly Pathway, Ring of Ghostly Pathways, or Sai. What are these? Yeah, I have no doubt someone will do it. It's just... In fairness, it's less of an issue now because you could ration on your way to, like, a town or just set up teleport points eventually. But still, like, why would... Someone is going to do that, but I have to just go, like, why? It's a quality of life improvement that they're gone. That's like modding in something that kicks you in the dick every time you take damage. Just attaches a little Raspberry Pi powered boot that just kicks you right in the dick every time somebody hits you. I suppose that's true. Some people like playing on unfair. Let's see. Strengthening the chain of command. Strengthening diplomat connections. I still have 11 days on the Ziggurat. Alright, what can I build here? Let's see, more energy points. Plus 4 energy points. What's my current energy point gain? Oh, Jesus Christ, look how much I have. I'm getting 11 per day thanks to that thing that's going on. Shelter lets you rest. That's useless for Drezen. Smithy. Plus 1 bonus to attack. Plus 10 bonus to damage. Watchtower. Shelter. Sanctuary. Pathfinder Society Lodge. Saving throws for mercenaries. I could build more hospitals. Hall of Glory. Reduces mercenary cost, engineer workshop, cost of building construction by 10%. That's actually pretty good. I probably should get that. Now let's do that. Let's get an engineer's workshop. Slap that down over here, I guess. And now I'm broke. Oh, I could get an alchemist laboratory, though. Let's save it. I should probably build some sanctuaries, though, once I get more materials again. Blah. Okay, so I cowered it out of there. I got 11 days left on the Ziggurat. Let's go do army movements for a little bit. Just so I'll spend those days doing army movements, then I'll get the councils done. Get some more military points going. I'm gonna do pretty good on the military, honestly. It's been working well for me. Wait for a second.
Make way.
That load screen is just slightly too long. It really is. Alright, let's area exit. Yeah, whatever. I also... I need to look at doing some rebuilds on people, I think. Because a couple of these characters, I feel like, could use some different options or something. Maybe not that severe, but there's a little bit of stuff there. What's down this way again? That loops... Does that loop around? No. It just ends right here for some reason. My only worry about rebuilding things is that there's that issue where things break if you do rebuilds, right? Like, there's the Lich thing where if you try rebuilding it, it'll just literally just brick your game or brick your save. Did they? I wasn't sure. Oh, I forgot to cast. Okay, that works. So I have Staunton, Shar, Delamere. Yes, Alexander. I am a Dampier. I also have Cap Drago, who's also a Dampier. So I could pull in the Mercenary for that one. Also, I haven't been keeping up with the patch notes, so I don't know if they fixed that bug or not. That's a fucking thought. Get out of here, coward. Skeletons, stay safe. Come on, kill him. Thank you, God. Okay, he's attacking there again. That's fine. Let's heal right here. Nice. There he goes. I'm just gonna let my general take care of this business. 420. 320. Yeah, as expected. You got nothing on me now. I fear you no longer. Yeah! Finally did it! I'm so close to hitting level 8. Or is that level 9? I can't tell. One of the two. The indescribably huge and formidable Demodant chief didn't even rise from the pile of treasures on which he was sitting to rebuff the attack. There he died, his loins sprawled over a pile of stolen goods and golden coins. The very nature of Demodans, their grotesque forms, and penchant for goading others to excess doomed him to death. Do you really have to, though? It seems gross. Experienced Traveler 1. Ooh. Salvage. Defeating an army adds 1,000 finance points. Master Maneuver. Outflank. What is this? What is this image? What is this image? Patch notes. Couldn't choose the Mythic Path Gold Dragon after retraining. If you retrained before 1.03 patch, this affects your problem. We publish your own guest won't present in your audience with them in Chapter 4. Game will stop pausing at the level up interface. You will be able to retrain a character on the Demon Mythic Path. However, you retrained your Demon Chapter 2 in version 102. You need to load an earlier save. Yep. Yes. No, there was another one specifically for like Lich, I want to say, where if you're using a Lich and you retrain and you get to level chapter 5, it might just like brick your save completely. Like just constant crashes. Does not work. I don't remember exactly what the details are, but just as long as you haven't retrained, you're fine. But I don't know what the exact details of it are, so I'm just terrified of using the retrain option right now, period. Yeah, some people in the Discord were talking about it. And now I have Master of Maneuver. Delicious. That's a lot of wind elementals. Air elementals. Now, the reason why I picked that one, Master of Maneuver 1, is because I've got 2 kinds of bone unit that I can bring in, which I've been unable to bring in thus far. That's a lot of air elementals. Ow, Christ. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a second. Zombo, move over here, Bo. Thank you. That might just kill me outright. They just want my skeletons. They want my bones dead. They just want to kill my bones. Christ. Literally saw nothing but the skeletons to kill. Let's try that again. Actually, I can go this one. They just wanted my skeletons dead. I don't understand it. They just wanted the skeletons. I could bomb the zombies. That and do this again and up. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a thing of beauty, that is. Beautiful. I was thinking Mythic Toughness for my Barbie. Don't know any of the demonic aspects I want. Mythic Toughness is a good pick, especially the, there's also the one that makes it so you can't die for, like, 2 rounds or whatever when you would go unconscious. I really should pick up that one. That one's also a good pickup for it, because, obviously, Unlimited Rage. There's a couple ones in the Demon Path, besides just the Demonic Rage giving you effects. Demon Path also gives you ones where, like, you get extra bonus, reduces nearby enemy attacks, reduces enemy AC, reduces enemy saves, that kind of thing. So grab those. I want to say Babao does damage when attacks hit you, so that's something you can also go with. It's actually very useful. Place where Howl... The pass where Howl Eternal Predatory Winds has been taken. In the times of Sarkoris, the shamans used to call the place the Mountain Flute, and here, summoned by the spirits of the Plane of Air. The wisdom of Sarkorians pointed them to a place where the elemental energies are especially powerful. Ooh, extra 4. That was a lot of weird... That did not sound like proper English, is what that sounded like. So we got 10 here, which is a Balor, and 1,000 dudes. Or just some very high-level enemies. Let's try this one out. I feel like this one actually might turn out well. Oh god, yeah, so you get to have the, When do I get to take my turn? Thanks! What the fuck? They got mass held and that lasted for how long? Yeah, Orc Ferocity. It's... Okay, so the problem with Orc Ferocity is that if you don't have Death's Door, it will kill you. Because you are considered still alive during the entire thing, and enemies will just constantly attack you. But if you have Death's Door and you have the ability to take a death, then it's great if you combine that with the Undying thing, because you can just stay up for 3 or 4 rounds and just keep fighting at full power and just tank hits. It's lovely. Also, Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I just completely died because of that whole person mass. Oh yeah, that's true. There's also the sub races. I forgot about those. One of them gets the teeth, right? And then there's like the one that's better at charisma because it's not an orc. Oh, great. It's summoned to Marilith. Okay, that does no damage. How about this one? That does 2 to 10. That's excellent. I will wait for a moment here. Yeah, it's about what I expected. I don't know how well this is going to go, though. Let's do this first. Kill you. So I just don't have to deal with the Balor. Perfect. 276 of them at once. $200 zombies died. Just work through this mass of enemies first. Shouldn't have done that. That was the wrong thing to do. Okay, so this one I could do. I could fight this one, but I need more energy. Try with some luck bonus saves. Okay, cool. Also, yeah, Death's Door is... I feel like Death's Door really should just be on all the time, because it's not like it's a... If you want the extra challenge, it's there, but also it's very appreciated not to have to constantly buy Scrolls of Raised Dead if you die. Like, if you just fuck up, or if you get a lucky crit by an enemy, you don't have to spend a ton of money, like, getting Raised Dead Scrolls. You just get one. You get one death, and that's it. That's perfectly fair. Huh, other locations. Like, unless you're specifically playing for the I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. I want to get myself put through the Nutcracker or the Squeezer or whatever. Then Death's Door is just on. Like, you don't have to have auto raise dead, but that's just it's very appreciated not have to do that. Let's have you go over here. That's the rest of them are regular dudes. So let's skip a day. I'm gonna have the Bone Squad meet up with them. That's... God, where is it? It's so far... Everything's so far away. Alright, let's have Bone Squad head over here. Just as far as you can go. Why did you stop? Why do you stop there? I don't want you to meet up with anything else. I want you to just get over here as fast as possible. Oh, jeez, that's even further out of the way than the other ones. Yeah, where'd that demon army come from? Where's that demon army at? Where's the demon army that was just moving? Like, which one? What? I don't remember which one it is. Head over there for now, I guess. $1,000 skeletons. Would Lich team up? Will Lich team up with Tar-Baphon? Ah, there it is. So it's coming from over here. Over here. From this area. Oh, that must be Hedagang. That's what that was. Oh. I guess probably? I don't know if it would be a situation of like... I don't know. It might be like a situation of like, I have such sights to show you. And you get to learn from him or something. That'd be cool. Just get Tarbathon as your master. Good old Tarby. How do you keep losing all this? How do you lose all these units? What was... Who did you even try to attack just now? I really need more of these skeleton sharpshooters, though. Yeah, that's one thing. But also, I don't know if it takes place in literally outer space. It just says it, like... What does it say? It says, like, you're fighting something from beyond time and space, right? The righteous. Surprising no one, Pathfinder is still incredibly confusing in video game form. Thanks, Kotaku. So let's see, we go here, we go to Seize and Pass. Powerful entity and leave. Oh, you do leave. Okay. Answer a plea from a powerful entity and leave Galarian behind to defend the space-time continuum against imminent collapse. So here's the thing, though. That could be to another planet. That could be outer space, but it could also be... It could also be just the other planes. Like, you could go into Elysium or the Abyss or, you know, what have you. It doesn't necessarily have to be outer space. You're just leaving the planet. Okay, Bone Squad, let's rock. I think you got this time. Yeah, I know Kotaku's a joke. It's just that's the first thing I search up when I looked for Wrath of the Righteous. That's literally the first thing that showed up. God, there's a lot of guys. So many guys. Okay, let's do this. That's going to do no damage. That'll deal quite a bit to you. 100. Okay. I want to go like this, though. Let's take this. Oh, yeah. I can also summon elementals. Hi. Well, so much for that. Alright, let's kill you real quick. Problem solved. So kill one or all of them. Hey, pretty close. Nice. I wish there wasn't a Balor corpse on the battlefield still. It's kind of annoying. And back up. Still got a lot of bodies in the morgue, which is unfortunate. I'll have to keep healing the skeletons to keep them up. Don't give up, skeleton. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And the nice thing is I'm going to have plenty of new bodies after this one, because these two are going to give me a ton by themselves. I'll recover this one a bit. Okay, we're almost there. Almost. Okay, let's see if I can do some damage here. 71 with a hit, 107. Okay, now the skeletons are going to get attacked. Yeah, as expected. So I'm going to have you block. I'll recover you all right now. I'm going to start just casting on these guys to kill them, while the skeletons tank the hits. Perfect. The perfect strategy. Also, how many elementals do you get? 3 plus power elementals. You know what? Let's try that one. Let's try that one next. I'm going to have to heal the skeletons after this one, so having more bodies to throw will be quite handy. Yeah, where do you think you're going, buddy? I'll just hang out for a second, I guess. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Sick. Let's do this. And now I'm literally rocking. Hee hee. Eventually he'll stop doing so much damage to me. I'm chipping away at him bit by bit. Oh, he's frightened. Oh, hello. That's nice to hear. I like to see that. Only 51 skeletons died that time. Got this in the bag. And zap. I think I could probably go on the offensive now. Oh yeah, he's only hitting 38 even when he's attacking me. He's got nothing. Let's see if I can just knock him out right now. Get wrecked. Not a single unit was lost, technically speaking. The Balor at the head of an army has been killed. The horde of its slaves either perished or scattered. The fate of this mighty tyrant became an object lesson to all the denizens of the world, wounded how dangerous it is to challenge the Crusade commander. Daily income increased by 500 points. Yeah. Getting lots of finance. I did save right before this, so I don't need to worry about that, but let's see what happens, huh? Three. Oh, thanks. And they're all held. Alright, this is done. This fight's over. Good question. I'm probably very close. I'll just leave Bone Squad over here for a minute to deal with this. They'll fight there in a bit, I suppose. I imagine it's probably just about done. Also, they seem to have removed Hedogang's horde from the list of quests, which is odd. Hail, Commander! Captain Hartman salutes. Permission to report. Although the desertion has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the Wary. There are no blatant signs of sedition, otherwise they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them. We need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We can make some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day. The kind that could be made sergeants straight away. We need those who know the meaning of honor. We'll call paladins and knights from reputable orders, and they'll serve as an example to our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale too. Officers who are unworthy of their rank can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records of results, then promote them. Mendeb is full of promising youths who were overlooked when their seniors were promoted to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days. Why exactly are these wary unsatisfied? They are perturbed by Paralectic Durang's hasty crackdown on their instigators. Fear is a double-edged sword. It instills obedience in some, but emboldens hostility in others. Paladins serve not out of fear, but out of conscience and obligation. It's unfortunate that the Hell Knight's teaching are different. We tried to institute discipline into organized mob. That barely qualifies in an army. Naturally, there are those who weren't ready for the change. We should make it clear that the old days are over. And one more thing. I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but these are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the Crusade. Even though she personally appointed you as commander, many still consider you an upstart unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead. Yeah, we'll see how well that one goes. Pious officers, infirmary size increases. +1 level to striving for distinction, which is +10 bonus to experience. All generals gain master maneuver. Heroic officers, all units have +5 bonus to combat morale. This seems like the good one. You won't regret this. I met a great many honorable warriors in my years of travel. It'll feel inspiring to fight beside them for a noble cause once again. I'll send them letters right away. I hope these measures will solve this issue at hand. If we have further complications, I will call another council at once. Yeah, I'm aware I picked the paladin option. Okay? I'm aware. But infirmary size is very good. Lady... Yeah, exactly. She had control for 100 years, made no headway, and in about a month, she'll have control again and find out that that she sucks at it. Like, terribly. What was the exact comment again? All the ground you gained has been lost. Commander, it is time for you to play a more prominent role in Mendev politics. Fortunately, the ideal opportunity has just presented itself. A conflict is brewing in the capital. A clique of aristocrats displeased with the Royal Council is scheming against Her Majesty's loyal servants. It's the usual power struggle. Something of this sort occurs every couple of years in any civilized society. Your entrance on the political stage is long overdue. Given that your opinion in Mendev is outstandingly well respected, the Royal Council has decided to make use of it. They're expecting you to denounce publicly the nobles' attempts to challenge their rule. I suggest we publicly address Her Majesty and claim that we're being drawn into an intrigue. Let the Queen know that we're loyal only to her, not to any of her servants or subjects. Sounds like we're not the only ones bored of the Royal Council. Let us support the disgruntled nobles, and Cousin Galfrey's advisors will have too much on their plate to worry about us. I say we don't get involved in someone else's squabble. And just make it clear, we'll write a public statement to the people of Mendev that will have the commander plainly say, "Your bickering is not my problem, leave me alone." Both the council and the aristocrats want to stop us supporting their opponent, right? Well, let's just get a payoff from both for not messing with their business. That way we come out with a little something-something, and we don't ruffle anyone's feathers. Why am I being pulled into Mendev's intrigues? You're part of these intrigues whether you want it or not. Political influence is an unavoidable part of your position. In the hands of Mendev, you're a priceless tool, and the Royal Council won't pass up a single opportunity to use you for the good of the nation. By openly ignoring your ocean's discontent and showing concern for your soldiers, you've accomplished two things. First, you've declared your independence from the capital, and second, you've won the respect of the general populace. This has improved your standing in the eyes of many powerful players. What's Woljev doing here? I don't think he knows anything about politics or diplomacy. I can see that this tiefling possesses a keen mind and the most important trait in politics, a complete lack of conscience. He would make a terrible leader, but he'll prove useful to you as an advisor. Yep, I traded my conscience for a cherry rollback when I was a kid. Hey, what do you mean terrible? Let's see, help from Queen Galfrey. 12 paladins and 30 champions are recruited at the commander's headquarters. Help of the noble houses, 12 cursors and 20 marksmen. People's help, 35 light cavalry and 75 shield bearers. 15 hedge knights and 30 headhunters. And 70 slingers and 100 conscripts. Wow, that's useless. Holy shit, she has a terrible... Wow, that's useless. Those are the worst units you can have. Those are legitimately the worst units in the game. Alright, we're going to go with... Let's go with this. Hedge Knights are pretty good if I remember correctly. Oops, let's go back to that. Hedge Knights are... Wow, that's a lot of... Yeah, those are pretty good. They do a lot of damage. Yeah, this is why. It's true. Those are pretty good, too. Those are actually really good. Wow, that's a lot of health. Holy crap. Look at that. Yeah, seems like it. I got plenty of champions. I don't need more. Well, no, I actually only have like 8. That's 20 plus 22 to hit and 1d3 plus 35 damage. That's a lot. The Coursers are kind of... They're good. But they're basically just meat tanks. People's help, like cavalry... They're better shield bearers is what they are. Yeah, light cavalry's not worth it at all. The people suck. Yeah, let's go with that. We're going to support Mendev's noble. One of the decisions actually places all archers with marksman, although it doesn't matter to Lich. Yeah, well, I got a couple archers still hanging around. Okay, well, I'm interested in seeing what she's gonna do then. Yeah, let's go with help the noble houses, because those marksmen are looking real tasty. Isn't this wonderful? The Royal Council will get free entertainment. We'll get powerful new friends. I'm sure that the troops they'll send us will be equipped better than the recruits we've received so far. Oh, sick! I'm gonna have to get it. The meeting is adjourned, but I'm certain that the crusade will soon require another decision from the diplomatic council. And before that happens, Commander, I ask that you consider whether or not it's worth losing the Royal Council as an ally. Okay, how long do I have left on this thing? Like, how many... How long do I have left? I can't have long left on this Ziggurat. It's pretty close to being done, I imagine. Boing. War soldiers... The war-wearer soldiers down and defeatist attitudes sink in. In order to reinforce the discipline, the Commander's Staff Council must look for new solutions. Financing crusade is a costly process, and the Diplomatic Council has to come up with new tricks to preserve the friendship of countries and nobility sponsoring the Commander's army. Marksman and Fireball trivialize the crusade. Sick. Marksman it is. A small crevice opened in the middle of Drezen, and a tiny, sickly old man climbed out. Coughing heavily, he introduced himself as the spirit of the Sarkorian land, and thanked the Crusaders for their struggle. He wishes to help the Crusade and is offering the commander a choice. He can either open up the metal deposits that sleep beneath the earth not far from the fortress, or grow lush forests on top of them where the wild game will make its home. Material income increase. Robust feat. Plus 2% maximum HP. That's not bad, actually. Evil adds 100 material points. All units gain the healthy feat. For 30 days, so that's, what, 300 extra effectively? No, that's 1,500. No, it's 100. It's 150. What am I doing? It's 150 extra. I'll take the choose the forest. I'll take the forest then. Upon hearing the commander's choice, the tiny old man smiled and melted into the earth. Soon after, scouts reported that the several groves appeared just outside Drezen. The resulting fresh air gives the soldiers strength. Enchanting the stone of ghostly pathways. 6 days to go. Finally, logistics will be done. Alright, so first off, we are gonna... I'm gonna set up Villarith's Ford with some things to get me money. Supply center and an inn. Look good. So those will be done soon enough. Next up is going to be Reliable Redoubt or Gargoyle Canyon, whichever one it is called. I don't have enough for an inn. Alright, that'll get me more materials points. See the thing happening with Delamere? Alright, so I'll head back there in a minute. Okay, anyway, Gargoyle Canyon set up. Villarith's Fort Outpost is set up. Hamlet Sork. I'll build a trading center here. Every place is getting a trading center. Every place gets a supply center. Everyone gets a supply center. Hey, Cap Drago, I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Supply center in Watchtower, set there. Sorcerer's Fortress up here in the north. Another supply center, and that's all I can afford. Can't afford any more supply centers at the moment, which is unfortunate, but in a couple days, my material points improvement is going to be huge. Give it a couple days, though. Greyboar is actually pretty good. I haven't had a military meeting in a bit. Oh, I haven't actually hit the thing yet. I need just a little bit more. Greyboar does give good advice, though, honestly. Like, Reginald's like 50-50. Greyboar's pretty good most of the time. Darren's decent. Wendwog has terrible military advice. Never listen to Wendwog. Like, even if you're evil and dating Wendu, don't listen to Wendu. Just don't. Hedge Knights are broken? Yeah, they looked pretty good, but they didn't look as good as getting Marksman available to me. Let's be real. Marksman are... Those things are... That's some spicy damage coming out from those bows. Yeah, there you go. Reginald replaces with Arxon. Got it. This should be good. Marksman and Hedge Knights are the best units. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, is it because they have like a really high attack bonus or something? I don't really understand how the stats work sometimes. Does this mean I have no energy still? Oh, it hasn't been a real day yet. That's why. All right, let's check this out then. Yeah, well, I mean, when I was playing my evil playthrough, what is this? Oh, that's cool. When I was doing my evil playthrough, I took Wendu's advice once, and it's terrible. Yes, let's replace all your foot soldiers with convicts. A strictly worse unit. It was just... Oh, God, so bad. Alright, let's take a look what this cool scene is if it's happened. Well, she's here. Still. Delamere gives you a long look and her voice sounds pensive.
You know I still despise you, but this existence does have its benefits. Eris still forsook me, but I am loyal to him. I can still spread his word, defend his principles, but do not expect thanks from me.
Yeah, well, you gotta admit, she does have dedication at the very least. Angel, I imagine you probably get a lot of paladins and holy... Maybe you even get angel units. That'd be sick. I have a task for you. I think I use... Well, nothing for this. Delamere has got nothing going on yet. Alright, well, head back to Drezen, I guess, and then I'll just do a little bit more and wait for the Ziggurat to finally be finished. I should probably buy more units. Well, Wendy's got her own thoughts. I'm mostly just annoyed because she betrays you if you want to go to, if you talk to Savmalek. Alright, I can recruit champions and inquisitors. Ooh, fancy. Barbarians and convicts. Monte scouts, archers, champions. Oh, I see why. I see why. Wait, archers, spearmen. That's why. Oh, God, that's annoying. Okay, so these ones... Okay, so... Crusader army... Move... here. That's why. Gotta refill my archers. So low. Convicts, barbarians. They have decent attack, I guess. And inquisitors. Start from the beginning. Got a monk thug for hitting things to the forest of the word scary mountain. Master theater, checking spells off to inquire. Wonder witch. Herald collar, tower shield specialist. Max dog, grenadine, acting doing please ×2. Grenadier punching with bombs. Yeah, that's fair. Wendu does have a very, very narrow worldview. Like, Jesus Christ, it's so narrow. Like, God, she just needs to think outside the box for 2 seconds. Also, double cleaves, possibly? Double cleave does sound pretty funny, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it does break stuff, but... let's go with this. Yes! Finally have a chance. Now let's attack you. Ah, great. Another Glabrezu. What? Wow. So wonderful. Let's do this. Perfect. Was that really necessary? I don't think it was. Oh, it's so good. There we go. And you do nothing. Fucking check me out with the win. Yeah! I'm dabbing on him. I'm dabbing. Oh, Ember does actually make her question her things? That would be a good thing if I had both of them, but I don't yet. I'll get Gwendu eventually. Let's see. I'm just saying, have you seen someone do cleave on a mount that is also cleaving, particularly with the upgraded cousins? No, but that sounds fucking rad. Just have the horse kicking, like, guys in a circle while the person on top is swinging the sword opposite them. Like that scene in The Matrix Reloaded, where Keanu's spinning around on the pole, except there's two of them spinning around opposite each other on the same pole. Despite their paucity of numbers, the gang of demons gave the Crusaders a tough fight. In the skirmish, they resembled more of a tight-knit squad than a marauding gang of raiders. An old map of Sarkoris found on a victim's body was immediately turned over to the commander. Perhaps these demons were performing an important search or reconnaissance mission for their masters. Come what may, their mission failed. So what was this? When Sarkoris was perishing, tormented by the demons, many of the tribes were forced to flee. Legend has it that the people of the Bloodwood tribe, pursued by the spawn of the abyss, walked through the wilds for days. Soon their strength left them and fear filled their hearts. When cruel death seemed inevitable, the old shaman summoned his fellow tribesmen and commanded them to take each other by the hand and stand united side by side. He promised that he would protect them from pain and anguish and offer them the opportunity to witness the eradication of the demon's scourge to pay the bloody debt of revenge. The shaman performed a mysterious ritual, and all who gathered became one, transforming into a giant ash tree that propped up the sky. The demons following the Sarkorian's trail did not find a living soul and howled in dismay. They burned down the forest and uprooted the trees before turning their ire on the ash. But the tree was too tall and mighty for them to fell. And the creatures of the abyss left with nothing, a boy, the only member of the Bloodwood tribe who for some reason had been untouched by the shaman's magic, jumped down from the tree and took his leave. He survived to pass on the legend of the last ash to future generations. Every 10 years, his descendants would make their way into the Whirlwind to the roots of the great tree and honor the memory of his fellow tribesmen. A map showing the path to the secret site has been passed down in their family for generations. All who came to the last ash heard the same whisper drifting through the leaves. The last branch would be the witness of the end of demonic rule. Alas, as the years went by, their belief in these words grew weaker, and the tree, wounded by the demons, slowly began to die. It is said to have turned into a huge stump with only one branch left. And if the tree dies before the world moon is defeated, the power of the demons will never leave these lands. Spooky. Top of Triceratops? Oh, that's pretty rad. Most terrifying if the rider broke their spine trying to turn where the mount is not. I mean, yeah, but if you're doing that, if you're riding a Triceratops and spinning around in a circle, cleaving everything around you, I think breaking a spine is like the least important thing in that scenario. Let's be real. Okay, so Ice Storm is Cold Fireball, basically. How much does Fireball do? Power times power plus 5d6. Inflicts a -2 penalty to speed for 3 rounds. So that's actually not bad, because it is also debuff. 14 energy, 12 energy. Slightly more expensive. All units receive +1 penalty to attack. All enemies receive -1 penalty to attack and damage for 3 rounds. Good Hope. All units in the army gain +2 bonus to attack and initiative for 3 rounds, and a +10 bonus to combat morale. Target cannot move or act. Big heal. 15 energy. I'm going to go with Ice Storm. Are you giving both of them Great Cleave? Oh, jeez. Well, enjoy the run, I guess. I have no idea how to describe that. Okay, there's a demon army there. I think it's time for the Bone Squad to start moving its way down towards the Ivory Sanctum. Oh, they both have great... How do you get it at level 3? Like, actually, how? Fair enough. I didn't realize that... I guess do one of the animal companion things have it as a bonus feat thing that they get? Tactical Squad Alpha and the rest of them are hanging out here. Crusade Management. Army. Help with the noble houses. Let's get some marksmen. How long is it until this? 4 days. Branch of the Last Ash. Detachment of valiant aristocrats will proudly accept the commander's nightly mission of seeking out and possessing the branch of the Last Ash, location of which is shown on the map captured from the demons. And development of the art of war. So I've got 6 days until I can do that. Swindlers have started a rumor that the commander is a saint, and gullible soldiers are now buying their charms that allegedly contain his hair, cut nails, and other holy relics. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Punish the con artist. 3,500 leadership points. Crusade morale increases. Unlocks the buy a cloak, support the crusade decree. Finance income increases by 20. That's really funny, but also I don't need it. Actually, hold on. Manufacture charms bearing the commander's image and crusade theme merchandise. So I don't need this right now. My leadership points are, well, let's see. That's 3,500. That's a drop in the bucket. I don't need this. Leave the con artist be. Crusade morale increases by 20. My morale is currently capped. So that's useless. I'm going to take this one. It's chaotic, but fuck it. I'd do it. I'd absolutely do it. Get this piece of bone. This is piece of my bonitis. Use it to get good luck. Wolchif will arrange the manufacturing Crusader merchandise and goods with the commander's image. Soldiers and common Mendevians alike will be eager to buy all of it, from lucky charms to travel mugs. And Erebeth wants to talk. I'll deal with that later. Well, I mean, that's probably what the... So, let's see. If you had, what was it? Ancient Proportions, Ancient Power, the one that turns you, like, gigantic, you could totally cast that on a dinosaur and make it just bust through a wall. There's also the Olifant of Jandale, which you could use to wipe out a city by itself. That thing is dumb. Also, you need to summon it using Legendary Proportions. That's the one, thank you. I may have been confusing that with a different spell as well. But, yeah, Olifant of Jandale is also there, too, if you want to buff up yourself. That thing's dumb, by the way. You wanna hear about the Olifant of Jandale? Hold on. Olifant of Jandale. There is a specific spell. It's not really a spell, it's a ritual, which calls down this thing called the Olifant of Jandale. It is a CR 30 colossal outsider. It looks like an elephant. And let's see, Guardian of Jandale. The Oliphant was created to live in Jandale, and attempting to remove it from the place is almost impossible. The Oliphant can prevent a gate or similar effect from opening inside Jandale's borders unless the effect was created by an artifact or cast by a mythic character. If brought outside Jandale, the Oliphant attempts a will saving throw each day to return. And blah, blah, blah. The people of the Oliphant, let's see. The return of the Oliphant triggers a magical punishment on those that stole it, laying waste to people and land. Centered on the point from which the Oliphant just departed, the ward triggers a mass hold monster spell targeting all creatures in the 5-mile radius. Then that area is affected by an earthquake and storm of vengeance that lasts 1d12 months. While in Jandale, the Oliphant's dimensional lock aura extends to protect the entire realm. It's also, the Oliphant is so enormous in scale that it gains the benefits of a kaiju's massive ability. It has giant tusks, weather sphere. The Oliphant can continuously change the environment around it as control weather with a 5-mile radius. The Oliphant can change the weather to that of any season, and the effects manifest 1 round thereafter. If the Oliphant creates stormy weather, it can call down 1 lightning bolt per round as a free action, as if using Call Lightning Storm. And this is when it only showed up in Galarian once, when a Rune Lord called it in and accidentally wiped out his entire city. So, yeah. You listened to a little bit of information about the Oliphant of Jandale. Yeah, it's one of those things where you look at it and go, I don't know who would like to summon this. And then your players go, I want to summon that. It's one of those kinds of things. Alright, back to the throne room. Talk to Irabeth. Oh, if you want to look up, if you want to hear death too, here, let me pull up Mogaru. Mogaru, known as the final kaiju. Yeah, Mogaru, known as the final king to kaiju scholars, or simply as King Mogaru, is one of the most destructive of his kind. So he's basically Godzilla, including one of his things here is the susceptible to song weakness. Mogaru's actions can be influenced by song, provided the kaiju notices the singing. If the kaiju is not currently engaged in battle, he automatically hears any song within 100 feet that is directed at him in an attempt to influence him. But when he's in combat, there's only a cumulative 20% chance per round of sustained singing that he notices the song. Blah, 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 blah. Rules, rules, rules. The singer can choose to influence Mogaru as if using suggestion on the kaiju. So basically, you have a bunch of children get together and sing to convince Godzilla to go back to sleep. Also, he has a breath weapon, which is a beam of red force. That is literally what it's called. He absorbs energy. Any damage type that's one of his resistances just gets absorbed. He is colossal. He has sea invisibility. I actually stole this stat block and applied it to the Tarrasque when I made my party fight the Tarrasque in Reign of Winter. Today, Irabeth looks unusually lively. Her eyes are shining again, which you haven't seen since the battle for the Lost Chapel. Saluting you, she stands at attention. Commander, forgive me for bothering you with a personal matter, but I just wanted to say how grateful I am to you. During the attack on Drezen, I did not exactly cover myself in glory. You had every reason to throw me out of the army or send me to the condemned. Yet you supported me. You helped me regain my footing and continue to fight. You will not regret this decision, I swear. I will never again let the Crusaders down, neither by my actions, nor by my words, nor by my thoughts. I'll be loyal to the Crusade to the end. I hope you show greater self-possession in the future. Yes, Commander, right you are. Irabeth smiles. I have conquered my inner demons. Now I can go back to fighting the real kind. Irabeth, Commander. Unexpected reinforcements have arrived. Not from the Queen this time. These are volunteers. The new arrivals are highly suspicious characters. They're pale-skinned under the hooded cloaks they wear, and they have fangs that, I'll admit, put mine to shame. They say demons are their enemies, and they believe that the new commander of the Crusade, a Dampier, will be reasonable enough to accept their help and let them join the army. Is this a racial-specific event? 15 vampires are recruited. Add finance points. These guys are beefy. They have a lot of hit points. They have high AC. They must be a caster type. Vampires keep their sanity and memories even in death, but pay a heavy price with their eternal thirst for blood. A battlefield is the perfect place to sate their appetite. Yeah, sure. Let's get some vampires on the team. As you say, Commander, the recruits will be at your disposal shortly. Oh, you actually got... You got Aasimar priests. Interesting. Oh, I got vampires. Now, to be fair, I don't know when I'm going to use those guys, because they... A unit of 15 vampires is not particularly useful in a situation where I have armies of thousands running around. I mean, cool, they're there, but also... Eh? Okay, how long until my thing is done? Has it even been a day yet? Those who do not seek to know their enemy and fail to forge new paths to victory will inevitably fail. The secret of success lies in officers' steadfast focus on strategy, the ability to learn from past experiences, and the preparation of soldiers for future battles. No. What happens with my units is when I kill an army, I get a certain number of skeletons or zombies from their dead bodies, so my units don't come back. Player had his character take a leak on a god statue. Alright. Buy a cloak, support the crusade. Hey, Hell Knights. So what happened? Was the statue the back of a Tarask or something? What happened to him? I gotta know. I always appreciate a good Tarask story. Right as the god walked in to congratulate. Beautiful. So, did you actually fight it, or was he just fed to it? Paralictor Aminos Renth. Yeah. No. Do you mean in the original rules, there's... I don't remember exactly how it works. If I remember correctly, it's, I want to say there's some amount of attrition, like there is an infirmary amount to some degree, but I don't remember. For this game, normally, if it dies, they're gone for good, unless you heal them up and fight, or you have the infirmary heal them up. So you have a limit to how many people can fit in the infirmary, and past that point, they just die. God snapped his fingers to wake it up. We had to fight it. The Tarask sounds like a pretty good smite to me, honestly. It's more effective. They approach as if in military formation, in lockstep arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies the central position, flanked by the other two. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of the three is the leader. Knight Commander, Alexander Lichtman. We are representatives of the Hell Knights in the no man's land of the Worldwound. Paralictor Amnos Renth from the Order of the Gate, Paralictor Lorena Tai from the Order of the Pike, and Paralictor Garen Delthan from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all three turn to Regil in unison and give curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Aminos Renth, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry and his speech is fastidiously formal. You've come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the World Wound as an allied force to your armies. I welcome our allies to Drezen. Thank you, Knight Commander, and allow us to congratulate you on your victory in the battle for Drezen. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies need support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demon armies. Paralector Dureng's decision to hand over part of his force to you to command was done on his own initiative, but the other orders and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw have their own objectives. Is that everything? One more thing, or perhaps, together with the troop led... Our chapters, together with the troop led by Paralector Dureng, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point, for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we have begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled, as our ally, to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance when you're making forays deeper into the wound. On that note, we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. Captain Odin salutes you and looks over the military council intently. Our intelligence was correct. Kor Mazda's horde marches on Drezen. In his position, the wisest course of action upon reaching the walls would be to lay siege and wear down our forces with nuisance raids. However, my experience tells me that he will act differently. This is going to be a full-on assault, a decisive display of his power. When the enemy moves in on our position, we must meet them with a hail of arrows from the walls, getting the full advantage of our superior defensive position. To prepare our army for this battle, I propose to pass a reform and increase the presence of ranged troops in our ranks. I believe light-armed slingers, a great number of whom can be trained quickly, will be adequate for our purposes. And once the demons get to them, every one of those slingers will be slaughtered. I say we only recruit experienced, seasoned rangers who have traveled far and wide and know how to defend themselves in any situation. Captain Odin is correct to assume that our ranged troops can manage with light armaments. However, the troops themselves must be of exemplary quality to complete the task at hand. I suggest we pick the most adept archers we have and have them undergo rigorous training until they become true marksmen. Graber smiles condescendingly.
In my experience, in a fight with a dozen quick and accurate archers, the most valuable among them is the one who knows how to pick the right target. You don't learn that kind of skill in the archery range, only in action. Calls them headhunters, hard-boiled cutthroats who live by their ability to put an arrow in the eye of a moving target.
Yeah, this is the one, all right. Peasants with slings will be quite enough, said nobody ever. Headhunters? What are headhunters? That's a lot of damage. Snipers. Marksmen. That's a lot of damage. Plus 22 and 35. Yeah, marksmen are better. Graybur, you're not a soldier. What are you doing here? Graybur puffs his pipe and after a short pause says with dignity,
True, I'm not a soldier. However, I have a better understanding of killing than most. Besides, the fact that I'm not a professional soldier means I can offer you a fresh perspective and give you advice that would never occur to a career officer.
Why is Kor Mazda so intent on reclaiming Drezen? By capturing the city, we have gone on the offensive for the first time in decades. We have broken the established mold. That which is taken by demons rarely escapes their grasp. The liberation of Drezen could become a symbol of new hope for mortal kind, and Kor Mazda seeks to smother that hope in its cradle. Moreover, Drezen is a well-positioned foothold that threatens both the World Wound and Northern Mendev. Kor Mazda cannot fail to appreciate its significance. But there's also more pragmatic reason. Back in the day, Kor Mazda planned to capture Drezen himself, but Minago beat him to it. If he takes it back now, he will finally have his glory, as well as further humiliating Minago. Yep, marksman it is, boy! Regil nods silently. I hope these measures will be enough to repel Kor Mazda's onslaught. If not, those who come to take our place will learn from our mistakes and fare better. Ah, there we go. Repelling the assault. There it is. Six nullify recruit. Alrighty. Let's take care of that army real quick. The Bone Squad's nearby. Or at least it should be nearby where Kor Mazda is. I still wish I could do the army stuff from here. Had to rush. Oh, did you actually, like... Wait, rush him to get there so we could ask you for a wish to bring the player back? Or, just rush it to get dealt with? We've got some demon armies down there to deal with. Okay, where's Bone Squad? Yep, there it is, as expected. Ah, got that. What? I don't believe that for a second. I believe Gold Dragon is either lawful good or neutral good. Boy, did it. Yes, of course. This army of, like, 30 or 40 is going to lose to this army of 2,000. Ow. Bloop. Let's just delete that one now. Job done. Like, what was that? That wasn't a level 7 army. That I could have fought that one at, like, level 5. Anyway, the assault has been repelled. Get my army back down here now. That was nothing. Part of it, I imagine, is that the auto battle is, it's not taking into account when you use spells. Because spells really push the flow of battle one way or another. Just being able to blast, like, 100 units down at a time is very strong. But, yeah, I think I feel like it's a coin flip, honestly. Like, they just coin flip and say, okay, yeah, you lost or you won, but this is how many you lost. It's terrible.
How much longer, I wonder?
Cleric asks his deity mass to keep the Tarrasque busy while you rush the Warlock to max level. Yeah, it's probably something way too simple. It might literally just be like a dice roll and say, this is how many units you have, this is how many units you have. Oh, you won. Just roll for the top number. 8 alignments. Yeah, there's 9 alignments, so... Yeah, well, actually... Let's just open up this, which I made a little bit ago. So, a couple streams ago, a couple weeks ago, I guess. Let's see, there we go. A couple days ago, or whatever, I made a tier maker for the different alignments. This was also, it's not because of that, but I made it for other reasons. So just going through this one again, I'd say, yeah, for there, and then move this to neutral evil. And then Devil is obviously lawful evil. Keeping in mind that I didn't have a good picture of a gold dragon, so Ivu's a gold dragon, and then Arilu is a demon. And then this is legend, because I just picked a random picture for legend. Yeah, that's where I'd say they probably all sit. And then Devil's down here in Lawful Evil as well. Well, she's a dragon, and she's gold, so same difference. Yeah, exactly. Gold tier. Kormaz's army was undone, along with his plans to retake Drezen. The arrogant leader of the demonic host did not deign to join the fight in person. He took flight, abandoning his soldiers. What a coward. Okay, have we done yet? Ziggurat. One more day. Let's go. Finally! The Ziggurat has been constructed. Oh, someone from Chili Creek too. How fancy. Yes. The best way I think you could probably put it is the neutrals are generally like whatever their alignment is at at the greatest cost. So like neutral good is the greatest good at all costs. Neutral evil is the greatest evil at all costs. Lawful neutral is the most law at all costs. Chaotic neutral is the greatest chaos at all costs. Whereas lawful good, for example, is the greatest good within this law, or lawful evil is the greatest evil within this law, or using the law to get your evil, or what have you. Anyway, just the neutral sort of... The circle chart that they have in here is actually pretty good, honestly. I can't bring it up right now, obviously. But, like, lawful neutral is more about law than good or evil. So it's just, you're focusing on law to the exclusion of the other things. At times. Sometimes you'll do good, sometimes you'll do evil, but it's all about the law. Same with neutral good. Neutral good is all about doing the greatest good. Sometimes you'll follow the law, sometimes you won't. Whereas with lawful good, you always have to follow the law because you believe that gives you the greatest good. And chaotic good is you never follow the law because your own personal rule gives you more good than the rules of the world. Oh, nice. So it was a perfect roll. So really, in that case, the dice were just carrying your friend's ass. Because, like, why would you piss on the statue of a god in any game? That's just rude, at best. Okay, what else? Yeah, that's basically it. Because Gold Dragon is basically an alignment for there's good in all of us. The good in all of us is what we see, and even you have good in you as an evil character. And it's all about redemption. That's good at all costs, right? Yeah, basically. Whereas Swarm That Walks is you care about nothing, you only are doing the greatest evil you possibly can, which is neutral evil. Chaotic evil is chaos, you're doing evil for your own benefit, but at the end of the day, you're not necessarily doing evil to do evil. You're just doing evil because that's more convenient for you to get benefit. So many strange, terrible things are happening here. Markle, a fisherman from the tiny, peaceful village of Chili Creek, enters the hall. I saw enough horrors on my way here to last a lifetime. Of course, I didn't show up empty-handed. The whole village took up a collection for the war effort. It's not much, mind you, but it's something. We're just doing our part, however small, to help you win the war. So we finally get something from them. How did you get here? But pure luck, I figure. You're surrounded by all this horror. The land is dead, the trees are all gnarled and twisted, there are monsters roaming around everywhere, ready to jump at you at any moment. Thankfully, I ran into a Crusader patrol, and they brought me here. If it wasn't for them, I would have ended my trip in the teeth of some nasty beast, that's for sure. Ah, okay, fair enough. I mean, yes, that's fair enough, but at the same time, you also don't have to piss on the statue. How are things in the village? Everything's been peaceful and quiet. I got wistful just thinking about it. Now I'm kicking myself for being such a fool. Why didn't I just stay at home? What was I thinking, dragging myself all the way out here to the world wound? But you know, it's just not right, sitting home quietly, hiding behind the heroes who risk their necks for us every day. So I decided to pay you a visit. Okay, that explains it even more. How's Jurnaw doing? He's settling in, that's for sure. Almost one of us now. Heals the sick, fixes the nets with the others. Before you know it, he'll be learning how to swim. The fisherman chuckles good-naturedly. Would you like to stay here with us? No, thank you. Hate to say it, but I'm no crusader. Finding demons is not really my thing. I'll get some rest before I head out. Take a day or two to look around the fortress. It'll give me some stories to tell. Then I'll head home to Chili Creek. I've already seen more on this trip than I've seen in a lifetime. Anyway, you better come see us. We'll be waiting. Thank you for defending our peace and quiet. The fisherman bows respectfully. We've gathered up something else for you heroes. I couldn't bring it with me. It was too heavy to carry. Come to our village and you can pick it up yourself. Pay us a visit while you're at it. We're always glad to see you. Well, I'll see you later. Good luck with all the fighting.
Follow me.
Okay, I guess I go outside now? Yeah, like you don't do something like that when the DM's right there. You make a joke about pissing on the statue after the god leaves and the DM has his eyes closed and is sort of leaning back in his chair sighing heavily because he doesn't like doing this anymore because of these goddamn players. And they're stupid. Sorry, I'm projecting a little bit. Just a little bit. Little teeny bit. Some say that being a kind person is hard work, that most people can't do it. Is that true? Look at the people standing next to you. Don't you want to love these people? Is it so hard to smile at them? To say a kind word? To share with those in need? Don't you feel joy when you do something good for others? And isn't it wonderful when they do the same for you? Kindness is the easiest and most pleasant thing in the world. A crowd has gathered in the street. Young and old, civilians and soldiers. Everyone is listening to the frail elf girl, captivated by her delicate voice as it rings out. Well, what about the ungrateful assholes, eh? You do good for them, they just shit on you in return. Just don't be like them. Don't get angry at these people. They don't know what they're doing. Don't abandon them to their silliness and sins. Keep doing good and you'll see. Sooner or later they will realize they're wrong. You should teach them about obeying the authorities and the law. But laws are written to make people behave well, even when they don't feel like it, aren't they? If everyone was kind, no laws would be needed. Everyone would live in peace and no one would hurt anybody else. Depends on the laws. In some places, it's lawful to have slaves. That's right. You see, laws can be evil, but kindness is always kind. It turns out that it's the most important law of all. The girl keeps preaching. Well, we'll deal with that later. Aha, there it is. Who's Sai? Who are you? A vendor wrapped in black gives you a charming smile. He is strikingly tall and thin, but doesn't look hungry or emaciated. On the contrary, he moves with the strength and grace of a gymnast. Commander! What a pleasure it is to talk to you in person. I'm so glad. Please, would you like to have a look at my wares? Only the best ingredients and accessories for practitioners of death. Who are you? The vendor leans down and whispers in confidence. My name is Sai. I'm a Dampier. There's a half-vampire. That's not my claim to fame. I pride myself in being one of the most in-demand smugglers of necromantic goods this side of the Inner Sea. Yeah, well, and look, Ember gets her comeuppance later. And by comeuppance, I mean she gets to tell Naticular her future. Necromancers are distrustful, paranoid creatures. However, my half-dead state makes them get somewhat well disposed to me. Also, I never disappoint them. Ingredients, weapons, forbidden books. I can get all these things in abundance. I heard there was a new Lord of the Dead in the north and decided to come here immediately. We've opened up a new market. It'd be silly not to be the first to try and capture it. There are many experienced necromancers and specialists in the craft among my suppliers. You'll be satisfied with your wares. Show me what you got. Pilgrim shirt. Decaying dagger. Yeah, right. Well, she's very... She gets sacrificed on a stone and is happy about it. She was totally happy with being killed in the streets. What the hell is this? Death spell deals 1d6 points of damage per caster level to living creatures in the area of effect. Create undead guardian armor. Spell summons a guardian armor. It appears where you designate and acts according to your initiative check results. It attacks your opponents to the best of its ability. Animate dead. False life. Firestarter. Crossbow. Diswalkers. Oh, thank God he sells potions of inflict light wounds. Circle of Death. Spell slays 1d4 HD worth of living creatures per caster level. Those who are closest to the burst point of origin are affected first. All creatures with 9 HD or less are slain outright, while creatures with more than 9 HD take 100 damage instead. HD that are not sufficient to affect a creature are wasted. Chanting an unholy litany, you reach out with a grasping motion towards your target and cause its heart to leap out of its chest and into your hand. A target with 200 or fewer hit points remaining that fails its saving throw is instantly killed. A target with 201 or more hit points that fails its saving throw manages to keep its heart from leaping out of its chest. It was still staggered for 1 minute and takes 1d4 points of Constitution Drain and 1d4 points of Constitution Bleed. The target succeeds at its fourth save is still staggered for 1 round as it heals its heart to wrench within its chest. Wail of the Banshee. When you cast the spell, you emit a terrible soul-chilling scream that possibly kills creatures that hear it, except for yourself, inflicting 10 points of damage per caster level. Yeah, fair enough. Look, Ember's a sweet cinnamon roll. Do not harm Ember. Yes, apparently. I believe if you take the lawful or evil option, she will eventually get worn down. And you're a terrible person if you do so. The game tells you you're a terrible person because Ember becomes sad. Havoc grants the wearer fire resistance 10, electricity resistance 10, sonic resistance 10, and it becomes a crit. The next round, the wearer deals an additional 5 force damage with each hit. Interesting. Decaying Dagger. +2 Dagger grants the ability to use Curse of Undead 3 times per day. All living enemies in a 30-foot area must pass a will saving throw or start slowly turning into the undead. Each turn, the affected creature takes 1d4 constitution damage. Positive energy and cure spells hurt it like it was undead. Neat. I don't need any of this yet, but I will be back for your stuff later. Most importantly, though... Ziggurat. 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 Yeah, exactly. Don't be a douche. Oh, I've got a party in here. Hi. Defend the Ziggurat, defend the Master, kill the warm ones. Hey, sup? The Lich surveys the Ziggurat with regal dignity. Upon seeing you, he inclines his head. Not bad at all, student. It's much more spacious than my private chamber, the Lost Chapel. And yet you do not expect me to oversee the running of this place, do you? I'm busy enough as it is. I am engaged in constant spiritual creation as I transform your immaterial being. Without my efforts, the powers of death will simply snuff you out in the blink of an eye. I shall produce a creature, a pillar of skulls, that will see to the more mundane affairs of the Lord of Death. Arrange for everything I need to be delivered. We shall not waste time. While you take care of urgent matters, I can finally return to my engaging conversation with the old elf, a story collector. He promised to divulge the finer details of weaving the traditional curses of Tian Sha. The storyteller's a friend of yours? Zacharias snorts loudly. I have no need for friends, but the elf is wise and quite knowledgeable. He is also old, which is a great riddle in and of itself. I had never encountered any long-lived of his kind who were like him. So far he has been useful. I'd gladly absorb his knowledge in exchange for my stories and worthless rubbish. It's quite a bargain. Yeah, exactly. Don't... You can be a chaotic evil dickbag, but don't mess with Ember. Also, don't kill Ember at the very start. It sucks. It's not good. It's not a good pick. I did that on my Scald playthrough, and it's like, haha, that's funny. Okay, this kind of sucks now because I don't have Ember. It was a very, very cheap evil point gain, which was not worth it in the end. Not that I would have used Ember to begin with, but, you know. Are you pleased with the Ziggurat?
Not bad at all, student.
I already did this one. What do you think of my leadership with the Crusade? The Lich's voice is dry, but not completely devoid of approval.
Let us say that the mob of dimwit crusaders no longer seems as hopeless as when I was alive. You were the only one strong-willed enough to rally them and compel them to act. Just do not consider it a worthy feat. When you discover immortality, you will understand these toy soldiers mean less than nothing.
Right? Well, look. He's a skeleton. He has damage resistance versus slashing. He's fine with the edge. Yeah, killing companions is just a bad idea, like, in general. You lose out on a lot of stuff. In the case of, like, oh, I gotta kill Wendu, or I gotta kill Sela, like, sure, story reasons, but there's no reason to cut off the story before you even get to that point. Yeah, exactly, quest XP. And items. Don't forget about items. Also, hello, Griorgor. Welcome to the stream. Unless you were here before and I missed it. In which case, don't mind me. I'm just not. I'm busy with game. I want to know more about you.
What exactly would you know? My feats are sung in legends. Surely every crusader knows of them. Life beyond death has been a tedious term of imprisonment in this fortress, surrounded by foolish and maddening demons. My only occupation here has been observing the crusaders retreat, further and further, losing city after city. The day those vacant mortals gave up Drezen, I stopped calling myself a crusader and began to despise them. But now I'm about to discover freedom once more by granting you power and breaking free from the oaths that bound me.
You're considered a hero. How'd you become undead? Grinding his teeth, the Lich answers.
I was no hero, but a talented fool who struck off to the crusade to entertain his pride. I adored the praise of the murmuring mediocrities. How flattered I was when a heap of stone on a mountainside was given into my care. They told us our struggle was important. Such folly. As I sat trapped here, I realized that I had wasted my powers, my time, and my talents on their battles. I believe the tales of good and right that must be protected, but even in the kingdom of good, there are those who wield power and those who obey. All these wars are merely an attempt to hold on to power. It matters not whose. Never again shall I wage war for anyone's power but my own.
How'd you take up death magic?
While I yet lived, I often thought how superior were the undead compared to the living. The Crusader army has suffered endless defeat, while an undead army would long ago have driven the demons back to the depths of the world wound. But though the dead could be the perfect warriors, they would answer to no imperfect living masters. I needed a better solution. I studied vampires, but found them too ruled by passion and thus utterly unsuitable. And then I considered the Lich. A Lich is the perfect undead being. It can possess fantastic power, but its mind survives the transformation, and it is eternal. I envisioned an army of crusaders led by immortal Liches, and I grew certain of my fate. But the process of becoming a Lich takes years, and it is dangerous and tiresome. And most importantly, it is only possible for one mortal in a million. Thus I began to work on a ritual that would allow any mortal to become a Lich, all without decades of practicing magic, or even wielding any magic power at all. Of course, I had to keep this research a secret, but in the end I succeeded, and the day the newfound sanctuary fell, I completed the ritual and became what I am today.
How exactly will you grant me the power you promised?
Becoming a Lich is a complicated process. Most talented mages could not prepare for it if they devoted their entire lifetimes to the endeavor. It requires years to train and transform one's spirit, unless you have a brilliant mage on your side. I have invented a ritual that will allow me to prepare you myself. I will alter your mind and soul to prepare them for the new existence. It is a complicated process, so do not expect to awaken a master of the undead on the morrow. But by my vow, you will survive the transformation. While I have devoted decades to this ritual, the process will take you a mere half-year.
What else constrain you? Zacharias is clearly displeased with this topic being brought up.
When I was foolish and taken with Crusader sentiments, I made a mistake. I feared that becoming a Lich might change me. I feared I would become a villain. And so I bound myself with a magic oath that prevented me from leaving the Lost Chapel until the worthy Crusader came to return my wand and seek my aid. Once I prepare your soul for the ritual, I shall transform you into a Lich and leave this woeful place.
I'm leaving.
Go, student. Remember that your mundane concerns as a commander are nothing compared to our great cause. You would do well to keep your priorities straight.
Okay, cool. But what about downstairs? What's with this? Why is there a staircase down? Skeletal Champion Berserker. Okay, now it's just defense.
Move aside.
How big is this thing? Did you need to make this thing this huge?
Make way.
Okay, that goes back upstairs, as expected. Look, like I said, skeletons...
Ah, I see.
But like I said, skeletons have damage resistance against slashing. That's why he's an edgelord. Back to the Citadel. Let's get my Pillar of Skulls going. Pillar of Skulls. At least I'm finally done with that so I can get other stuff out of the way. Like the Sword of Valor, and the Bell, and everything else that involves logistics. Oh god, are they? Oh no. Every palace needs an attentive and diligent seneschal. In the commander's absence, Ziggurat business will be taken over by the Pillar of Skulls, a wonderful necromantic piece of work that Zacharias is ready to create for his disciple. Provided with necessary resources, the Lich will present the commander with a new devoted assistant. 10 days, God. Don't worry about downstairs until Act 5. Alrighty. I will keep it out of my mind then. Okay, the supply center is built there. Do I have an inn built here? Yes, inn built there. Willis Ford has an inn as well. Okay, Sork. Let's throw an inn on this one. The Hamlet of Sork. I like how I got a tip there about destroying a Lich's phylactery. But great, thanks, I guess. I don't know exactly what information that's going to help me do. I mean, the only thing I could think of being down there is a giant army of undead, which is probably what it actually is. Okay, anyway, that takes care of this zone. Gloomy Gorge, Citadel Supply Center, throw an inn on that one as well. I can't afford the inn. What's my material gain? 78 per day? That's probably fine. I'll be able to afford that in 2 days. Alright, next up. Oh, I haven't formed the Logistics Council yet. God, I'm so behind on that. I'm so behind. I completely forgot that I haven't even formed a Logistics Council yet, which is why I'm still locked at level 1. Probably Camellia? Camellia doesn't like Ember. Otherwise... Regel's got a stick up his butt, but he's not an asshat. Honestly, I like most of the companions. I actually do. I can't think of one I don't like yet. Anyway, we built the, That's a good question. Maybe Wendog? No, she doesn't like Wendog. She doesn't like anyone lawful. She doesn't like Nenyo? Like, is anyone... I don't think she likes Arushale. There's nobody she likes, I think. Alright, fair enough. Oh, this is not where I wanted to go. I wanted to exit town, not go there. Exit the town, Commander. Commander. Pharasma's followers despise any intervention in his soul's afterlife, except for resurrection. Creating an undead is the ultimate sacrilege in their eyes. Yeah, that's true. The secret being that she wants to bone down constantly. Earth? Oh, God, marksman, right. I've got vampires here, too. I forgot about those guys. Let's clear a path to the Ivory Sanctum first. I don't know if blood play is the right word. Like, what? Is there a word for somebody who likes banging next to skeletons, but doesn't actually like banging skeletons? Like, it's not a necrophiliac. Let's do this one. 8, 3 to 8. Instantly killed all of them. That's pretty baller. Oh yeah, she does, doesn't she? I forgot about. Right, I forgot she actually ate them. Makes her a cannibal though. Is it? I don't know, man. She's all kinds of messed up. The enemy that the Crusaders ran into is not an ordinary horde of howling cultists and lesser demons, but a unit of deadly monsters skilled in battle. In the bitter combat that followed, the Crusaders discovered how dangerous an enemy can be. Now, holed up in the soldiers' tents at night, they only talk of one thing: what new tricks to deploy in order to destroy really powerful demons. Let's clear a little bit more out. $39.56. Oh god, it's so good. It's so good. Wow, okay, fuck me, I guess. That works. Yeah, I want to know too, because I played up to, it's not really a romance. I banged her up until book 5, but I have no idea where it goes beyond that point. The reeking, blood-smeared lair of rift drakes is filled with bones intermingled with treasures. These were not valuables for the monsters, but those fiends couldn't control their greed. A makeshift lab. What is that? Legacy of the Ancients? Oh. Okay. I like the yet in there. Does nothing. The water. This might kill all of them. This might kill one of them. This costs 4 energy. Delightful, yes. Okay, let's see how much damage these guys will do. 28? Seems fine. Take out this one. That's some good damage. Bloop. And done. Easy peasy. Now I get a bunch of skeletons out of water elementals. How does that work? Who knows? The Crusaders see a tiny but magnificent mountain lake filled with clear, cold water. Even demons couldn't disturb this peace, and were chased away by the powerful water elementals. This remote site is obviously connected to the source of the water power, blessed by the spirits of the plane of water. 200 units, 71, 200. Let's do that right there. Boop. Wow, he's not dead. That's honestly shocking. Oh, God, I attacked. Did not mean to do that. And away they go. Okay, sure, whatever. This works too. And now the path to the Ivory Sanctum is cleared. Crusaders discovered the secret lair of the cultists who fed the meat of the prisoners to a pack of evil drakes. The brood of monsters is destroyed. They're covered with rotten mold eggs are broken. That's an awkward way of phrasing it, but sure. Oh, we got a thing here. What do we have? Events. Sela wants to talk. Yeah, we got marksman. Spies of the Abyss have attempted to infiltrate Drezen to find out the commander's plans. It was only by chance that they were stopped. The officers had suggested an increase to security in anticipation of new attempts by the demons. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for welcome back. Let's see. 10 Inquisitors are recruited. Leadership. 3,000 leadership. Senior comrades. 1,000 leadership experience points. Crusade morale increases by 30. That's really good. That's really good. Trustworthy soldiers who will keep an eye on their comrades. C will personally talk to the best among the Crusaders and select the most loyal and pure of heart to look for spies. These warriors will also serve as a model for common soldiers to follow. I don't know. Sela's... I'll deal with this later. Oh, okay. Act 5 is really different. Good to know. I don't know if Evil Incarnate is the right way to put it. She is misguided, perhaps? Where'd you come from? That's new. Let's get you back to town then, Dex. Defense. Yeah, that's true. She grew up in a hole. She's very hard. She finds it hard thinking out of the box. Yeah, exactly. She just hasn't been outside. Lan's been outside. Lan has a much wider view of things. Even the marksman. I love to use those cursors, but I can't. So I'll just sit here for now. Oh, so you actually get a lot of extra stuff once you hit Act 5. Up until that point, it's just like, yeah, you know, you got your path, but the story continues on sort of its own way. I see. That's pretty rad, honestly. Okay, I see. I understand now. I kind of assumed that it was just going to sort of be like this the whole time, where You have the main story bits from Wrath of the Righteous, and then you have like chunks of it that kind of come out and give you your own Lich thing or whatnot. It's Sela. Sela strides boldly up to you and gives you a grim look. Listen, I'm not happy to have to say this to a friend who crawled through caves with me, a friend who took Drezen with me, but, you know, I'm not one for being around the bush, so I'll say it. The more I see of this power of yours, the less I like it. It reeks of death and evil. I can sense these things. Am I accusing me of something? I'm trying to warn you. Even angels can succumb to corruption and temptation, let alone mortals. All of Mendev is behind you right now. All the Crusaders, basically all of Galarian is counting on you. This power is leading you down an evil path. It's everyone's problem. It could even be more dangerous than Doskari and Baphomet together. At least they're familiar foes. But if our own commander, the world's hope, turns to the darkness, that'll be truly terrifying. Almost every conversation involves a path option? Jesus. Okay, I'm ready to go for that then. What are you planning to do? Leave the party? No, I'm not planning to do that. I thought people should believe that people can change for the better. I can't just sit back and say nothing. I'll think about what you said. Alright, sorry for springing all this on you. Just doesn't feel right to me. There's the horse. Commander, permission to report. Captain Harmiton salutes you. We're short on soldiers. Any elation from taking Drezen is long gone. We now face the harsh reality of a drawn-out war. What was sufficient for an expeditionary force won't cut it for a proper army. That needs to hold the territories around Drezen and still advance forward. Now that we've dealt with the wary and replenished our officer corps, we need some more troops. I suggest we write a letter to Mendev and ask Her Majesty for a new draft. It'll take some time, a long time to be perfectly honest, but it's the most reliable option we have. Yeah. Honestly, like, doing an outright evil... I don't know. I actually don't know where my character is going yet. I'm still ambivalent enough. I'm like, evil is the most effective way forward, or if I'm in the mustache twirling evil situation right now. Mendev is already giving everything I can spare to this for. I say we ask our priests to be more active with their preaching in other lands. Let them inspire more people to volunteer. A regular draft may not be enough. We have one permanently, in fact, as is. We should suggest that the Crown issue all those who lost everything in the attack on Canopus and other cities. Instead of a mega state-issued meals for those orphans and homeless refugees, they'll get army rations, a pair of boots, and a spear. It's not the best solution for them, and they won't have to be the best solutions for us. Still, we'll have plenty of material to sift through and forge into solid combatants. Yes, you won't get fired on sheer enthusiasm. Fortunately, we have good coin to dress it up. Everyone who's ready to fight for lofty ideals is already here. It's time to call on those who would fight for gold. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not 100% sure. I do have the Dragon Skill and the Claw and the Storyteller. So I'll have to do that probably next stream, because I've almost been going for 8 hours now, and I didn't realize until just now. Oh, boy. What about our troublemakers from the Wary? Do they criticize us still? Negative. Ever since you took those measures, we haven't heard a word from them. After your changes within the officers' ranks, the commanding staff is showing nothing but loyalty. Alright, what do we get? Preachers. 20 days, recruitment growth of trainable units increases. Recruitment growth of trainable crusades. Crusader morale decreases by 20. Available mercenaries increases. Recruitment growth of trainable units increased by 10% for 14 days. I'll go with Sela's. Sure, but I probably won't watch it right now at the very least. You can, like, send it in a message or just post it in the chat and I'll watch it after I'm done streaming. I'm glad you understand. The preachers will set off today. Thank you, Commander. I'll report on the measures we implement and their results in due time. I'll call for the council to be reconvened if we encounter any further difficulties. Which we most likely will. Okay, let me just double check here. How are we looking on that Pillar of Skulls? How's that doing? How far are we on that? I want to get the Pillar of Skulls done before I quit today. 6 days on that Pillar of Skulls. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Spell of Mercy. Command. Relics. Let's go get the Branch of the Last Ash real quick. Okay, 6 days on that Pillar of Skulls. Let's do that. And I guess I'll send the army back off to do whatever it was doing. Oh, wait, it was trying to cut off that one army that's moving up, wasn't it? I really wish I could just go to the army screen right from there. It'd be so much easier. Like, having to leave Drezen to go deal with the army is annoying. Yeah, I was referring to this channel, like the just Discord or Twitch DMs or whatever. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it was a weird coding thing. Maybe you can only control it from the world screen because you're technically on the world then. Like, that's the only thing I can guess.
Follow me. Or don't.
Yeah, a little bit of spaghetti code in there, most likely. Probably a lot of spaghetti code. Yeah, Whisper would be better. Yeah, there's that army coming up. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No way am I doing that. When I played beta, I couldn't even access the entire menu once I took Drezen. Boop. God, that's so good. Hey, that was easy. Cause your mouse just stopped responding? Jeez. That's rough. How does that even... I don't know how that even happens. Like, just straight up just could not move the mouse, could not do anything like that. That's ridiculous. Well, at least it's probably fixed now, right? It's one benefit. What's next? I guess I can put something in Drezen Home or the Stone Maze? Stone Maze. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't have any huge bugs when I was playing through, luckily. So I was able to get through the whole beta relatively smoothly. Relatively. There were a couple times, like, especially in the last beta, which just completely fucked up. Alright, I'll take a look at that video later. Fair enough. Well, it's not that late for me. It's just, I've been going for a while, so... It's not like I'm going to go sleep, but I am going to... go eat. Okay, back to... Back to there, I guess? Man, I hate I have to go all the way around for this. It's such a long way. Like, this is where all the action is. I wish these banners also had a timer so I could see, like, okay, it's been this many days. Yeah, get down here. Just get down here. There we go. Pillar of Skulls is done. And now the Bone Squad can start moving in. What? Where? Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna... Tactical Squad Alpha, you're moving out to intercept. What should I bring along? Duelists? Yeah, sure. The duelists can come along too. Oh god, I have a limit of 3. Right. Alright, move there to intercept. I wish I could stop these things from spawning. This is why you can't have just one big army. Yeah, it really is. It looks like I don't have an issue with that at the moment, at the least, so that's a good thing. And I'll just come over here real quick and take out this demon horde and just, What is that? Why? Oh yeah, god, just... I'm really glad that they fixed a lot of those bugs, because there's some real annoying shit on there. Hey, how do you like me now? Boop. Oh man, that's good shit. Oh, you'll love to see it. The best part about that is it also slows him down. It's basically Fireball but ice. The commander's unit was awestruck at their discovery. A small army of crusaders had taken a rest stop in the middle of the world wound and decided to arrange a tournament. The noble knights' playful frolicking, however, ended in a bloody massacre, to which they were blithely oblivious. As the warriors' eyes were entranced by the queen of the tournament, the magnificent nude Suscubus, who observed the crusaders with a gracious smile as they blew off each other's heads. A scarlet gemstone set in a delicate web of finest steel gleamed on her bosom. The fight was brief but very brutal. With deep sorrow, the commander's warriors eyed the corpses of their brother-in-arms. They had fallen into a demon trap. Uttering the words of Iomade, an officer ripped the magnificent decoration from the succubus's bosom. Even after death, her cold, beautiful lips still wore her smile of contentment. Now, let's take a look here. It is... Ice Storm. It is functionally identical to Fireball. It costs 2 more, and it also inflicts a -3 penalty on speed. That's the only real difference. Like, it does the exact same amount of damage, and it's just costs 2 more. But I have a lot of arcane stuff, so I'm very good with spells. Like, check this out. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good. It's that, well, like I said, it costs slightly more than Fireball. So if Fireball does the same thing, There's no reason not to use it. Particularly if you'll wipe all of them out. Just like that. Well, not wipe them out, but you know what I mean. Oh, you can't move. You also can't move. They don't, surprisingly. Like, they don't have real resistance, I should say. Like these Pterodemonids here, for example, still take damage from fire. Yeah, it's weird. Like, the actual... What you'd expect the units to have, they don't necessarily have. Hello. For example, skeletons aren't immune to hold person or negative energy damage, which was what they were just doing. It's just kind of abstracted. It's weird. It's weird. Don't think too hard about it. A group of vicious Demonans was trailing through the wastelands, driving a crowd of horribly wounded slaves in front of them. They forced the poor prisoners to insult their gods and desecrate their symbols. Now their evil ceremony has been stopped. The priests are murmuring that a chapel must be built outside this righteous victory to glorify the Crusaders' defeat. Not defeat. That would be awkward if it was defeat. Alright, first... Yeah, exactly. Detachment of the brilliant aristocrats will probably accept the commander's nightly mission of seeking out and possessing the branch of the last ash, the location of which is shown on the map. Pillar of Skulls. Every palace needs an attentive, diligent seneschal. Yep, that's completed. Birthright. Nobles often look down on commoners, as aristocrats are taught from birth that they're better than the lowborn. This attitude causes quarrels between them and commoner warriors, and the officers have asked the commander to intervene. Leadership points. Morale. Leadership points and morale. Common folk have always obeyed nobility, and this hierarchy should not be upset. Everyone knows their place now, and all are ready to obey the will of one leader. STW? Also, I haven't played as the Tasmanian Tiger, I'm going to be honest. Upon their return, the knights present to the commander with the branch of the last ash. It is time to decide what kind of weapon will use the branch as its shaft. A bardiche or a heavy pick. Like, in general time of day? I'm pretty partial to, like, 4 p.m.-ish. Afternoon, not evening. Sun's not as high in the sky. It's kind of cool out. You know that the night's going to be coming up. It's not early in the morning, so you're not tired. Yeah, I'd say afternoon. Ashwood pole heavy pick. Bardiche. Ah. Okay. I'm still not familiar with Taz. Sorry. I'm going to go with the heavy pick. I wish I knew what that gave me, but it's hard to tell. The young knight, Hell Knight by the name of Yiker Enkel, has arrived in Drezen. Again. Alright, let's go deal with this. Let's see how they do against these mammoths, actually. Defeat. Get up at 4 a.m.? Well, different strokes for different folks, but that's way too early for me. Seriously. Good, that's dead. I'm glad to see that Smilodons are still not as strong. Okay, here we go. Can I kill these right now? Yes! Alright, that was a mistake. It's fine. 172, 87. Fire's better. See if I can take this out right now. Almost. Good. Okay, so this costs 4, so that's 3 fireballs. Well, I don't tend to go to sleep that early. Okay, I gotta heal up now. Good. And burn. Nice. I always sleep 8 hours no matter where you go to sleep. Fair enough. I tend to try to do that, but I usually have to wake up before like 10 because I need to eat and do stuff before I stream. Yeah, fair. Yeah, nobody likes getting disrupted in their sleep. This pack of sick and rabid beasts battled with unprecedented rage, driven by a sinister old man wearing the rags of a druid. The putrid smells emanating from his body sent the Crusaders into convulsions. In a stentorian voice, he declared that all living things must die for a new life to rise from the ashes and perpetrate the eternal cycle. On the face of the crazed fool grew hideous toadstools. He was finally slain with a blade. With all due precautions, his creepy, crooked druid staff was handed over to the commander. Fight! I do not know. I don't actually know anybody who's done Trickster. Why do you ask? 2 to 3, huh? What are these guys? Let's take out one of them first. Oh, they're headhunters. I see. What the fuck? Okay, kill that one first, is what I've learned there. Yeah, no, unfortunately I can't help you there. I have not seen anything of Trickster apart from when I played months ago. Yeah, don't worry, I fully understand what you mean about that. Unsung NPC? Well, there you go. Okay, let's take out that headhunter first. Let's make sure to move things into a position where this champion isn't going to kill him immediately. Try and kill that one down there. Excellent. Ow. Okay, thank God. It's doing what I hoped it would. And I wish I was doing more damage there. But alas. Thank God. Okay, I don't have to deal with that anymore. Where do you think you're going, fucking coward? And burn, baby. Nice. I got that one. I just don't really know as much. Ah, so you got some of you guys know each other? Cool. Is this Claws of a Sacred Beast? Blows that on one some dash on our attack. The enemy is even alignment. They deal 2/6. +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls. Okay. So Bone Squad is all boned out for the moment. They'll continue boning down this way towards the Befoul Barrows and whatnot. Where is that demon army that was moving its way towards me again? Is it this one? It might be that one. No, that's a different one. That's this one, which I never actually followed up on. Alright, anyway, I gotta go back to Drezen. I gotta go back to the Citadel. Okay, was the 6th one on the side? That's what I thought. Just the other one was sitting there like, did I deal with that yet? I guess not. There's a lot of armies on the map. Ah, okay. For now, we wait for this bit. Hey look, it's Hell Knight Jaeger Ankel. A familiar figure clad in black armor appears before you and ceremoniously offers a salute. Greetings, Knight Commander. Jaeger Ankel from Paralector Drang Squad at your service. I'm afraid it's becoming a habit, but once again I bring dire news. Jaeger shrugs apologetically. Jaeger casts a nervous sideways glance at his superior officer. Paralector, while you've been following the Knight Commander, much has happened at our outpost. Enough empty chatter, Knight. Give your report. Although Regel's tone remains as dispassionate as ever, his gaze has grown in intensity. He watches Jaeger like a predatory beast prowling ever closer to its prey. Jaeger snaps to attention and repeats a message he's clearly taken pains to memorize. Reporting to whom it may concern, a group of Hell Knights has vanished under suspicious circumstances. They were last seen on the road to the occupancy of Iz. The Knights were escorting a group of cultists and carrying letters captured in a recent raid on an underground hideout. They disappeared after reporting their approach to our outpost, and the chapters quartered there failed to find any traces of the missing Knights. The situation is highly abnormal. Such a large squad could have fallen in battle, but they could hardly have vanished into thin air without so much as a sign of struggle. Powerful demonic forces might be involved in their disappearance. Thus, we inform Drezen about the incident and plead for help in our investigation. Tell me about the hideout. Where were the cultists last spotted? Where were the cults captured? It was a secret hideout consisting of a large warehouse and several workshops, which produced equipment for cultist cells all over Mendev. We'd been tracking the cultists for a while before finally locating and attacking them. Strangely, our intelligence reports had indicated that several powerful demons were always present inside the hideout, but our strike teams only found mortals. We've captured and escorted them to our outpost for questioning. Yeah, I'm still waiting on them to finish the Lich one. I think it's just Lich that has the big one that happens if you try and respec and then go into later game path. I'm really not sure. That whole thing is... I'm just not touching respec. I'm just not touching respec for a while. What are this outpost where the Knights were last seen? As I understand it, Paralectors Rintai and Dothan informed you about the outpost during their visit to Drezen. Well, we finished its construction just a few days ago. It's already our largest staging ground in Eastern Worldwood. We have a small permanent garrison stationed there, and we use it as a resting area for the Hell Knights involved in various expeditions. Fine, I'll take care of it. Redel waves Yakir away, then sets his pale yellow eyes on you. We must visit the Hell Knight outpost as soon as we can. I suggest you treat this incident as seriously as possible. It might have unexpected consequences. Unexpected consequences. Prepare for unforeseen consequences. Yeah, I get that. I was in college. I had roommates. Granted, they were usually chill and not, like, blasting music at 4 a.m. or whatever, but still roommates. Alright, we want to go here. There's my skeletal vanguard just chilling out. Time to get my pile of skulls on. Yeah. Also, it's still weird to me that I have my party in this zone. Hi. Behold my creations, student. I fashioned this pillar of skulls from the heads of a clever, resourceful people who can be useful once more. Now that they've been detached from their bodies, they can devote themselves entirely to serving you. Their advice will be wise and helpful. The pillar will ensure order in the Ziggurat. It is time for me to proceed with my work. Your soul is almost ready to accept the power of death. My work in this task has been magnificent. In the meantime, you may greet your new servant. One of its heads may seem familiar. The Lich's voice is full of malicious glee. I'm out. Go, student. Remember that your mundane concerns or as a commander are nothing compared to our great cause. You will do well to keep your priorities straight. Before you stands a pillar with reanimated heads resting upon it, their eyes glowing green. All have been stripped back to their shiny fleshless skulls, except for one that once belonged to an elderly man with a gray beard. The skulls greet you in unison, their whispers blending together in a chorus. Greetings, Master. We are the Pillar of Skulls. We serve, you command. Upon inspecting the elderly man's head, you recognize Talden, the museum custodian from the Tower of Estrad. His lips are crusted with dried blood, and a fat black fly crawls across his cheek. We are created to advise you. To control the Ziggurat, to serve as shepherds for the undead, to ensure your safety, and of course to help you assemble the Grave Guards. Use us as you see fit. Who are the Grave Guards? The Ziggurat's champions, its best guardsmen, the strongest. More than just skeletons and zombies, those who keep the defenses strong. Grave Guards are never great in number. They are rare. They must be sought, collected, one by one, resurrected and subdued, as long as their souls are strong enough. But they will serve you well when the Ziggurat is under attack, for one day it certainly will be. Can you sense the souls of those who can become my Grave Guards? We sense rage, we sense shame, a powerful spirit, a suffering spirit, a traitor spirit. He roams your dungeon. His god refused to claim his soul. Bind him. He will be useful. You enslave the spirit of Delamere, a powerful priestess of Aristil. Her arrows will defend the Ziggurat well. Order her to come here. The pillar falls silent for a time. Then it cracks its jaws and speaks. We seek, but we do not see. There are no worthy candidates. We shall continue our search. I want to learn more about you. Our heads and our minds are a gift to you. A gift from the great Zacharias. Everything these heads contain is yours. Ask and we shall answer. What are you? We are the students of the great Zacharias. He summoned us, and we emerged from our graves. Our duty compelled us. The great Zacharias joined us together. Now we are whole. We are the Pillar of Skulls. We are your servants. You're just a statue. What good are you? Knowledge, magic, wisdom. We are the heart of the Ziggurat, its mind.
its magic shield. We were once wizards who studied under Zacharias. We have no need for bodies while there is magic. The loyalty of seneschals and advisors is fleeting. They envy their master's power. They scheme and plot. We have no bodies and no ambitions. All we have is our service to you.
Who controls you, Zacharias or me?
The great Zacharias ordered us to serve you. He did not order us to serve him. We are a gift. You are our master. We regard our creator and teacher with reverence. Still, we belong to you.
I gotcha. Bye. Well, you know what this means. At long last. Finally. 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 He's here. It is time indeed. What do you mean the sword from the start? He's Zach. The guy was from the Tower of Estrad at the beginning, yeah. How you doing, Nura? I can't go to my menu anymore. Oh, yeah, Radiance. That was Radiance. Radiance is in my item box, actually. I don't carry it around. Here we fucking go, though. Staunton's corpse looks horrible. 2 whitish orbs where normal eyes once were, rotten eyelids, the putrid stench of rotting meat. Flies are swarming the dead dwarf, eager to lay their larvae in his flesh. You look decent enough as it is. I won't resurrect you. Fuck that. The corpse does not move, but you can sense Staunton's presence. His low voice resounds in your ears. Get lost. I'm dead. Magrim, the god of death, is waiting for me. He'll deliver me into Erasmus' judgment. Me, I've had enough judgment here. No one look at me with pity and disgust ever again. Go to the abyss. What do you want? And again, I can feel it. You too want to use me. Forget it. You're being offered a chance to serve me and atone for your guilt. To the abyss with that. I don't believe you. I don't believe anyone. You want to make things right. You want to serve me. Staunton drops his words like a forging hammer. Make things right. Wash away the betrayal. Avenge. The dead dwarf glares at you with his unseeing milky eyes. Generous offer. This isn't some joke at my expense. I accept. The dead dwarf stands up slowly, as though he is carrying a mountain on his shoulders. With repellent creaks, his stiff joints start moving. Oh god, look at him. He looks so good. And by so good, I mean he looks terrible. But look at that. Staunton's face, purple from post-mortem lividity, shows stern determination. The dwarf's low voice sounds even more grim than when he was alive. I'm at the ready, Commander. Awaiting your orders. Yeah, it's pretty sick. What would you do if you encountered Minago again? The dead dwarf growls, barely able to contain his rage. She swore her love to me. She promised she'd stay with me until the end. She drove me to treason. Now I'm dead and that wretched bitch is still breathing. She'll pay for this. I have the right to seek revenge. I'm absolutely taking him with me. You pathetic traitor, you brought down both yourself and your brother. The very sight of you disgusts me. A terrible grimace of suffering distorts the dead dwarf's face. I acknowledge my sins. I felt it when Magrim took Jordan's soul to face Erasmus' judgment. I wanted to see again so badly, but I'm scared. Magrim will spit upon me and say that traitors like me are not welcome in his rune barrow. I want to atone for my shame. I want to see Jordan again. I'm sorry for what happened to you. You've been treated cruelly. The dwarf's face, grim as it is, hardens completely. I've no need for pity. My punishment is just. Then again, Calvi's a cruel bitch. She's guilty as well. Head to my Ziggurat and guard it.
Will do. I won't surrender this fortress, not even to Discovery himself.
Yeah! Hey, Nora, what do you think of that? Staunton Vane. What are you? You are a War Priest 10. No con score to speak of? That's good with me. Alexander Lichman, Lord of Death. Leader of a small cut of undead created by his own hands, Alexander Lichman became famous as the indomitable commander of the 5th Mendevian Crusade against the Worldwound. Determined to destroy the forces of the Abyss at any cost, he ventured on the path of the Lord of Death. For millennia, powerful necromancers have dreamed of a power that could rival the divine. They have created cults in their own names and attracted many followers. Thanks to his legendary powers, Alexander Lichman has managed to achieve much greater success than the others. He has acquired a talent to bestow divine spells upon his followers. From that moment, the undead created by him needed no other deities to cast spells. Staunton is... I'm a god to Staunton. I'm a lesser deity. Yeah, Staunton's just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. That's super cool. That's so cool. And this is why I've been sitting on Soulshear. He doesn't look too bad in this model, though. Backstory? Okay, character. Backstory. They say that treason is a poison, one where the traitor's soul is slowly burned away by shame. There's no escaping it, except into death's embrace. Staunton Vane was denied this mercy. Magrim did not accept him, and now the former crusader is forever doomed to be tormented by his disgrace. In darkness and grief, his whisper can be heard, speaking of the sins he committed, the evil deeds he enabled. They say that treason is a poison, one where the traitor's soul is slowly burned away by shame. But what will take its place when everything has been burnt to ash? Hatred. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, what they probably did is they probably took the points out of Constitution and put it into Dex. Let's be real. Like, he has no con score anymore. They probably rejiggered his stuff, so it's up there. It really should have been in Charisma. They really should have put that into Charisma instead. But he is a dwarf. It's here. It's finally here. And now I need to start reforming Soulshear. Soulshear needs to be reforged into a weapon worthy of Staunton Vane. I've got Carapace. His armor is sitting in my box. If you don't... You play an Overwhelming Soul Kineticist. Overwhelming Souls run on Charisma instead. Like, that's what Overwhelming Soul effectively is, because it does everything based on Charisma. Okay, now see the event? Not sure. Let's head over to... That'll be the last thing I do. What's the place closest? Prison. That's going to be the last thing I do, because I've been going for almost 8.5 hours, and I need to stop and then probably edit this video down into 2 parts. I'll go get Delamere back to the house anyways. Might as well. I should probably bring Staunton with me from now on. Staunton, I think, is now part of the party. Do you want the 5th Crusade to go differently? Grab a copy of the original adventure path for your Taylor RPG. Invite your friends and play it your own unique way. Okay, come on. Come on, game. Don't load slow on me now. Thank you. Yeah, well, Delmir gets in there once I've dealt with, once I got Arushale out. But I'm bringing Staunton for now. I don't think I'm going to be fighting anything, right? I should be fine. Here we fucking go. Let's see what happens. So if the event hasn't happened, I'm going to leave Delmir there.
Follow me.
Because I imagine there's probably something that happens if you do the Sanctum and she's there when Zenedra shows up. The answer is no.
Move aside.
This is the Temple of the Rat guy. He used to be here. He's dead now. Did I? I didn't pick anything, though. I just left her there. Like, all the stuff I did was just talking to her. Ah, well, just apparently there's a really cool scene when Zenedra shows up. And Delamir's there. So, I guess I'll just have to wait on that one. Also, hello, fully trained noob. How was your you're streaming today, right? Am I crazy about that one? Ah, okay. But yeah, I know, I keep getting... Do you come out saying killer instead of dying for rats? Wow, okay. Unfortunately, I killed him already by turning him to a pack of rats. So much for that guy. Fair enough. Ooh. Zacharias' irritated voice barges into your mind without warning. Student, the time has come. My preparations for the ritual are complete. Go to the Ziggurat at once. I tend to grant you immortality as soon as possible, and I should depart this land once and for all.
Are you serious?
I'll come at once.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. It's lich time, maybe.
Talk to your pillar again? Alright. Well, I gotta get in there first. Also, I'll talk to the storyteller next time.
How much longer, I wonder?
Exciting! This is very exciting. I've been waiting a while for this. Stonson's just hanging out. He's got no nose anymore. Zacharias beckons you impatiently. Perfect. Now that you're here, we can proceed. Remember this moment and accept fate's greatest gift to you. You, my young student, are about to discover eternal life and power beyond imagining. Right here, right now. Explain what will happen. Zacharias waves you aside dismissively. Are you quite serious? It would take years for me to explain how my ritual works. To do so would be to defeat the ritual's very purpose. With a resounding cracking of his bones, Zacharias spreads his arms widely. Welcome to mortality, Commander. Yes, my lord. Spectral fingers grasp your very being with immense power. Their predatory grip causes pain and odd numbness. You feel as though an unknown power is trying to rip your soul from your body, and it succeeds. You feel yourself drifting apart from your body. Your heartbeat slows, becoming distant and barely perceptible. Submitting to the spectral power, your spirit is smoothly released from its mortal flesh. Suddenly, the spectral power disappears. Everything around you freezes. You look at your own breathless body with unexpected curiosity, and yet nothing happens. How odd. Precisely when the spirit was being expelled, I discovered a strained arcane connection between you and something. Or someone. The connection is strong, yet its nature utterly eludes me. Have you ever been enchanted? Personally blessed by a god? No, that's not it. You're a rather complicated personality, aren't you, student? One thing is clear. Unless we ascertain what produced these spiritual bonds, I shall not be able to perform the ritual without risking your life. If the ritual goes awry, we shall both suffer greatly. My oath drains me of my power and reduces me to ash. Divination revealed to me a dark place, empty like an old broken shell, yet still resounding with the echoes of the great deeds of the past. This mysterious place lies to the southwest. Go there and find it. Trust your senses. You will recognize its trail when you come across it. What exactly went wrong? Your being was supposed to detach from your body effortlessly. Your ephemera is powerful yet pliant, reinforced by my magic. It would be safe long enough for me to complete its metamorphosis and place it in the phylactery. But this magic connection tightened and literally snatched your being from my hands. The cause may lie in your powers of divine origin, which you have displayed several times. Whatever it is, I shall not repeat the ritual until we ascertain what we are dealing with. The consequences could be dire, for us both. We'll try again. Only when we know all there is to know about it. We cannot risk your life, for my oaths will be broken if the ritual destroys you. And if that happens, then no matter what your fate may be, I shall envy it. Where can I find the source of the arcane connection? Zacharias shrugs. Somewhere to the southwest. At Threshold, perhaps. Or maybe on the way there. Or maybe far beyond it. You must take care of that on your own, student. I am busy. Go, student. Remember that your mundane concerns, blah blah blah. Can you sense the souls of those the Great Guards? Slay Delmir. That's it. It doesn't look like the pillar has anything else to say.
Follow me, or don't.
Yeah, it's got nothing. Well, that was a little disappointing. I should have figured, honestly. It was, of course, it was going to be the lead up to go to the lab. Like, what else was it going to be? It had to drag me back there at some point. But that means I can go to the lab now if I wanted. Should I? Probably not. But I can at the very least open up the path there. That'll let me get my way there through the army stuff. But that will be for another time. Yep, that's... Look, it's 8.5 hours in. I gotta eat something, man. I'm starved. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave that for today. Got less done than I was hoping, but more than I was expecting. So next time, I guess, is going to be... I guess I'll do Neathholm, because that'll be easy. Probably try and do... I don't know, I'll figure it out. I've got a couple options for things to do. Neathholm, most likely, and then we'll see what I can do for the rest of it. Because I gotta do Wintersun before I can do the Sanctum. Anyway, that's where I'm leaving that. As always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the game with me. I'll be back with this on Thursday, and of course, next week on Sunday. Tomorrow is my usual demo day where I'm playing a bunch of random games. And before people disappear, I'm just going to cut the music as I alt-tab here. Is anyone streaming this that I can raid? Let's send you over to... Well, there I am on the list. Let's see, who we got? How about I send you over to... Wergalia, who's doing unfair for bosses, hard for regular mobs. Looks like they're doing character creation right now. So that's that'll be a painful thing to watch. Although they are also 8.5 hours in, so maybe not. How about this guy? Okay, this one's got a 12-hour stream planned. I don't know how deep he is in. I will send you over to there. Yes, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good rest of your days, evenings, what have yous. I'm going to have to spend a bit of time encoding this into 2 4-hour chunks because nobody's going to watch an 8-hour stream in a single sitting. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, you have a good day too. See you next time.